What you would choose to see, the one you love with someone else or see them completely destroyed. The choices we make are not just coincidences, these are the outcome of the values which we hold in our character. Let me make you understand this through a story. And this is not a love story but a choice story or maybe a mirror. And at the end of the video, it will compel you to think and show your inner reflection. This is story of an ancient kingdom which was ruled by a rude and barbaric king. Rather than being interested in the deeds of the kingdom and paying attention to the works of subject, he was more interested in the things which were like more up and down, and most importantly the crimes. If any crime get the king's attention, the accused was called at the middle of the arena, and it was the only place where it was decided whether the accused is guilty or innocent to commit his crime. Now let me tell you the king's peculiar way of doing justice. You might have seen the arenas or amphitheater in the movies or the shows of old settings like Mahabharata, where there is a huge ground with open galleries and a particular place for king and his courtiers, and where the big events of the kingdom used to held. Here in the arena, the accused was presented at front of everyone, and the guards of the king used to bring two huge boxes with doors at front of him. One box having the ferocious tiger which was kept hungry from several days, and the other box having the most beautiful lady of the kingdom and who was of accused age. And it was totally the choice of the accused which one he want to choose. It was his free will. Really, it was in his hand whether he want to be eaten by a tiger or going to marry a lady, even if he have a well-established happy family. Both the boxes were terrible in their own way, and let me tell you, no one knows which box holds what before the accused opens it. They were kept in high secrecy and tight security that no one was able to know the secret behind the doors, and they were made up of multiple layers of metal, wood and skin that even the person standing at front of them can't get a hint. No any chance of getting a hint. Quite interesting, right? Now I know you want to hear a case related to it. But before that, let me introduce you with the main character of our story, the king's daughter. And here I want you to feel her because she is mirror of us, and at the end of the story she leaves a dilemma before us. So meet this lady who carries a familiar nature to her father, having high willpower, enthusiastic, full of energy, beautiful. All these qualities define her. Now another interesting thing happens in our story. The princess falls in love with a man very handsome, very courageous, the leading warrior of king's army. But his lower caste overshadows all the qualities to be the groom of king's daughter. But love is blind. They spend a lot of time talking with each other, laughing, wandering in the kingdom, and in a short period of time they made a lot of memories. But just like a Bollywood movie, after 3 to 4 months, the king get to know about their affair. Now you should bow before the king for his impartiality. He listened to no one and led it on the arena to decide whether the man was innocent or guilty to love his daughter. Till then, he was kept in prison. The decided day arrived and the galleries were full of people than ever. Because everyone was interested in the internal affair of the royal palace. The king was sitting at his place and the daughter was just beside him, with her pale face, no expression, and her fingers scratching nails in anxiety. Then suddenly the blanket of silence covered the arena. A man, tall, handsome, arrived at the middle of the arena. His appearance got the sympathy of all. People were saying why the princess should not have loved such a man. Now everyone wants to know what will happen with him. As usual, the guards of the king arrived at the middle of arena with those two huge boxes. The man turned toward the king to bow as this was a ritual, but his eyes were on princess, not saying something but asking. Asking? Asking what? Okay, come a little back. When the man was in the prison, the princess went to meet him, and they both decided that she will find out the secret behind the door. And he was so confident about her willpower that she will get what she wanted to. And as a result, with the combination of her willpower and gold, she found out the secret behind the door. Now let's move back to the arena where she have to tell what she knows. Now the fate of this man was in the hand of that lady, and both the boxes were equally terrible for her. The beauty, who was her rival, and the beast, who will end the mere existence of her lover. Well, the arena was not the place to decide all these things, but the night before this day, the walls of her room witnessed all her emotions of love and jealousy, the screams and tears, and the horror when she imagines her lover opening the door with the tiger. She can't imagine living without. But on the other hand, she tore her hairs. Her soul burned in agony when she imagined him married with her rival, that beauty. A true dilemma, right? But in the arena, without wasting a single second, she slightly raised her right hand to indicate the man, her lover, took a deep breath, some steps, and opened the door. Remember, when I introduced you with the princess, I asked you to feed her. She is mirror of us. This story ends here, not with the question what the princess might have chosen, but with the choice you will make. And now you have decided whether she let him live or whether she might destroy him. But why you believe that? Maybe the story does not show her truth but yours. So let me know in the comment section what choices you have made. And if you want to hear more such stories blended with psychology and philosophy, do subscribe my channel. And one more question. If someone you love have to decide your fate, would you trust them completely? Till then, let your thoughts breathe. This is Kanupriya signing off.